Reddit users ask, what happened after you had sex with your best friend? We fell in love and dated for a couple of years, got engaged, then she died suddenly of a PE at 25. That was 13 years ago. I still miss her. She was one of the best people I've ever known. Edit, correcting the time. I fell in love, he didn't. I got over it quickly and we remained best friend fuck buddies to this date. It's okay for people not to share the same feelings as you. That doesn't define your self-worth. Sex is great and doesn't require strict social codes. I enjoy having sex with him, so it's worth it to me to continue engaging with him physically. We had gotten drunk to celebrate me getting into med school, and 8 years of repressed sexual tension just poured out in a single night. The next 3 days, we were both in a panic daze. I thought I had lost my best friend for the best sex of my life, and I couldn't stop thinking it wasn't worth it. The sex was mind-blowing, but no one made me feel as safe or as happy, and I would trade anything to keep that. He asked would it really be so crazy if we tried dating. We moved in together a month later. We've been together now for 7 years, got engaged, saving up for a house and wedding. He's still my best friend. So what I'm getting here is that it's either a fantastic idea, or a terrible idea. We bought an air fryer and a water cooler for our house, so I guess you could say things are pretty serious. We did a FWB thing for about 3 years. Whenever we were both single, we'd hook up. She lived about 300 miles away. We used to sort of dance around the possibility of actually dating, even getting married, but we never pulled the trigger. The distance was too much, I think. We loved each other very much. Got to the point where whether it was platonic or romantic love was difficult to tell, and weirdly, neither of us was in a rush to figure it out. I guess we both had faith it would work itself out as it was supposed to, and it did. She met a great guy, dated him, and married him. I performed the ceremony. After it was over, at the reception, I gave her a hug and she kissed my cheek and smiled a little flirtatiously. We both knew it was the last time she'd give me that look, and said, "Thanks for marrying me." It was one of the most purely loving, intimate moments of my life. We are still close. Not like before, but we still love each other deeply, and we always will. That love just has a more clearly defined label now, and it's a label we both respect and cherish. So yeah, it's not always a sad ending. Sometimes it's just a weird and beautiful intermission. She became my sorta, kinda girlfriend, and we've been taking things slow. I hated doing it with her 'cause she said, "You are like a brother to me." After doing it, we went to sleep, and are married for 8 years now. We got married. 3 kids, a grandson, and 37 years later I still don't regret it. We had a drunken night of sex and it was awful. We remained best friends and continued to harmless flirt, but all sexual tension had gone. Supported each other with new relationships and were friends for years. He died last year. Married her. Knew she was in it for the long con. What happened is, I wanted more and fell totally in love with her. She didn't and thought it was a mistake. We tried staying friend, she became distant, I became weird. She decided that we shouldn't see each other anymore. At all. Nothing. We're still best friends. Then again, we've known each other for years and dated before we were friends, so we hooked up a few times here and there. We don't sleep together anymore. But, yeah, nothing changed. Had sex, dated, broke up, got back together, got married, had 5 kids, took trips to Japan and Europe. And now as I'm dying of stage 4 cancer, she is by my side keeping me company, taking care of me, and yeah, even having sex with me still. Edit, thanks for all the love and kind words. You guys are awesome. People are asking, so, we are both 38. Our kids are the 5th of October 11, 4 halves. The 5 and 4-year-olds have severe autism, which makes life more challenging and interesting at the same time. I worry for them most, because the world is still not made for people like them. I would have wanted to be there to protect them always. We got married, and she's still my best friend and we still have sex. We had more, went on for a few years when we were each between girlfriends, boyfriends. Only stopped when we were both in long-term relationships and eventually got married. Best friends for 8 years, she and I figured out we had feelings. Had sex, started dating immediately after. She got breast cancer 1.5 years into dating. Didn't skip a beat, and happily married my best friend. Got to find out what true love really is. She passed away in December. I miss my best friend. Best friends for 7 years, and we both just went through really nasty breakups where we were cheated on. Ended up having sex when he came over at like 4 a.m. one night. We ended up sleeping together daily for weeks after that. I ended up pregnant, and to be honest, I was terrified. I wasn't sure if he'd be willing to stick around given the circumstances. Turns out he was excited, having a family was all he ever wanted. We didn't start dating immediately. I didn't want us to be together solely for the fact that we were having a baby. I wanted to make sure there was an actual connection there. In October, after months of basically living together, we made it official. Baby boy is due any day now, and we couldn't be any happier. Having him come over that night in June was the best decision I ever made. We briefly dated before becoming best friends. We broke up, didn't see each other for a month, and then started hanging out again. We are best friends now. We see each other all the time. We cook dinner together, we go out together on the weekends. Then we started having sex again. We see each other multiple times a week and I've been living at his house for the last 10 days. I'm at work and he's doing my laundry right now. We tell each other that we love each other. Neither of us have been with another person since the day we met. We're just friends, though. I never saw him again. His family was moving away and we were both in college away from home, so on our last break together we spent a whole night doing all the things we love, got drunk, next thing you know we're doing it on one of the lakeside beaches under the stars. We said our goodbyes, hugged, and that was that. We both agreed that we miss that spark, even though we really love each other. So we're back to being best friends. Communication, respect and honesty goes a long way. Grin. She became clingy. Always around, when I ate, when I went to places with friends. 13 years and 3 kids later I haven't been able to shake her. Edit, thanks for all of the love, told my wife about the joke and she claims I follow her around the house more than her to me. I guess it goes both ways. Lot of people are fucking their friends it seems. Did the long distance thing for a couple years, moved in together, bought a house, had a couple kids. 14 years later she cheated, now we are just friends. We didn't have sex as much as I practiced, eating pussy on her 3 to 4 times a week for 8 years. We'd usually just do best friend stuff afterwards, smoke weed, get drive-through, watch a stupid movie. We were drunk, she said she wished she had someone's face to sit on. I said I'm available, it got awkward after that. I dated her, helped deliver her daughter, raised her daughter as mine, and don't regret it. Bought a house, moved in together, she began hating being a mother and amp, staying at home all the time, started cheating with coworkers, got exposed by her 2-year-old daughter. Please don't even ask how. I packed my shit and amp, left immediately. Now she makes TikToks about how shitty I am to this day. Yet the only thing I miss about that relationship is being a father to that baby. Now she's the reason I don't think I'll ever date a woman with kids or are pregnant. Nothing against those beautiful women, but I'm honestly traumatized, because I still miss that kid every day. Edit, shit, not shift. We absolutely fell head over heels in love, still are to this day and have been married for 7 years this December. Blue heart, blue heart, blue heart. She got an upgraded title of girlfriend, then fiancé, and now wife. Started as a drunken hookup that then happened on and off for a few years across different countries and stages of life. We're both married to other people now and are still good friends. We'll see her again in less than 2 weeks. I married her, 3 kids and 25 years of marriage. I married her, 40 years ago later this year. I have never regretted it, either. We started dating and eventually she became my first wife. I regret it because we turned out to be much better friends and should never have become more, ended up divorcing and haven't spoken in 20 years. We had sex again, and again, and again, somewhere around year 2 of fucking but being just friends. After we had literally moved in together we had the relationship talk and it was more me saying, hey, we live together, we share at least a meal today, plan chores etc. and if one of us is out on the town, odds are the other is along for the ride. We check all the boxes. I'm pretty sure we're a couple. Thoughts? Anyway, we've been married for over 3 years now, together for 5, they're still my best friend. Buying a house together soon. Not my best friend, but a good friend for sure. Me and her still hang out from time to time and nothing really happens, nor do we talk about it. It wasn't really a big deal to us. We were both single and horny, so we helped each other out. Still both care and respect each other and consider each other good friends. We decided to try and date. It worked well for a while. She decided that she wanted to be friends and was going to go back to a guy she dated before me. He killed her, put her body in the trunk of his car, drove out into the country, buried her in a freshly dug grave, drove a few cities over, pressure washed the trunk of his car, reported her missing the next day, and told the police her and I had been fighting. Luckily, I had a solid alibi of being a few states over on a very well documented trip. Not only did I have sex with my best friend, but it was also my first time. Not gonna lie, things were weird for a day or two until we did it again, and again, and again, and again. Been married almost 20 years now. At first there was this, "Oh my god, what have we done?" moment. And at least I thought that I ruined it, because not only was she my best female friend, she was also a family member of one of my best mates. But we soon found out we had an attraction for each other when it came to having sex, so we did it until she got a boyfriend 2 years ago. I guess I'll be the anomaly here and say, we did a few times. No romantic feelings developed on either side. We're still very much best friends. No awkwardness, no hesitation on the friendship. Meeting the girl he wants to marry soon, and I'm so excited to meet her. Sex didn't change our friendship, just made us see we really are just friends. Dogs are man's best friend. I'm not into that sort of thing. She fucked my abusive boyfriend and they skipped off into the sunset together. 2 birds with 1 stone, if you ask me. Person shrugging, light skin tone, female sign. We went on another date, then another, then another, then another. Year and a half later we live together and are getting married in September. He became my boyfriend, then my husband. Now we have a beautiful family, a cat, and a dog. We plan on buying our first home in the next 2 years. We celebrated 7 years together yesterday as well. Having sex with your best friend can lead to amazing things. I'm glad I gave him a chance. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like so I can keep bringing more Reddit content. Really dorky girls, like awkward, maybe bad fashion sense, goofy laugh, etc.